One of my favorite quotes is from Phil Knight, the CEO and founder of Nike. And he says, basically, sometimes if you're an entrepreneur, you need to know when to quit and you need to try something new, and it leads to being absolutely genius. So that's exactly what we talked about in this whole entire conversation, where Eric and I were working for a boxing gym for about a little bit under a year. And this is when we were making a pivot from doing, B2C coaching to B2B coaching, right? And it was a tough transition, right? But this was one of those type of situations where we needed to just, stop, try something different. And it led to being genius because we made over 100K in literally less than like 8 months, right? So we talk literally about all the different ways we did this, the story behind it. So listen to this whole conversation that we had about it.
All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the show. Hopefully you guys are doing well. What I always say, you guys are too blessed to be stressed. We don't want none of those attitudes of fear, uncertainty, and doubt going on here.
That FUD mode.
That FUD life. All positivity, no matter what.
That'd be a cool shirt, FUD life.
Yeah. Might be a hit. But how you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah,
doing good. Pretty cool to be in like this new place to be doing like podcasting and stuff like that. So, quick update, guys. I don't live in the home where we have the media room anymore. Our 2-year lease was up there, so me and my wife moved to a new place down the street. I didn't want to set up a whole media room, to be honest. It was a lot of work. So we're trying some different stuff out here, and we'll see kind of where it goes.
Yeah. It's good, man. Things need to change.
Yeah.
2 years of doing podcasting there. I mean, it served its purpose, but I don't know. It's time to just kind of mix it up. And this is a beautiful office. I mean, this is where my girlfriend lives. Her apartment, buildings, and it's just like luxury apartments with very nice amenities. So. Yeah, very nice room and good sound, so we are going to roll with that.
So no excuses, guys. Get creative.
Exactly.
There's plenty of places you guys can do your thing.
Exactly. All right, guys, real quick before we jump in today's episode, there is a fee to the show. It's a really quick fee. If you are new to the show, just please leave us a rating and review on one of the platforms. I don't know exactly one you listen to, but it's simple. It takes 1 minute. We appreciate it. It goes a long ways of just getting us, to higher rankings, reach more people, and that's ultimately what it's about. Our podcast is not about us. It's about other, helping other people, helping you guys. So, guys, we need your help. So just any, ratings and reviews, please leave those, and we would greatly appreciate that. If the episode sucks and you don't get value, cool. There'll be plenty more, and there's plenty of older ones you guys can dig through as well, too. All right, so let's jump into today's episode. This is going to be a really good episode, guys, and I don't think we've ever shared this on our podcast, but we're going to be talking about how we made $100,000 in less than a year from working at a boxing gym. And this was in Venice Beach, California. It was called CMC Pro Boxing.
I missed that place.
Yeah, great place. So I'm going to even give them a plug. If you guys are in Venice Beach, California, Los Angeles area, go check out CMC Pro Boxing. It's on Sunset Boulevard. And the head coach owner is Marcelo Crudele. Great guy. So,
all right, you want me to kick it off?
Please.
All right. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because right now, like what we were just joking about earlier, it's a serious thing, the FUD mode, right? The fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt. It really is. Especially for a lot of people right now going into December, again, with all the crap going on in the world, right? The inflation, the potential recession, who knows at this point, right? But there's a lot of stuff, right? And people are kind of like in that mindset of being on the verge of quitting. You know what I mean? Quitting, throwing in the towel on their business goals and dreams. And guys, if you guys don't know by now, getting close to 500 episodes, Eric and I don't do this for ourselves. We do this because we love sharing our experiences, our lessons, our wins, our losses, to be able to sit there and inspire you guys and not quit on your business goals and dreams, because we need more people out there to reach their maximum God-given potential and to serve this world to make it a better place. So I don't want you to quit on what you're doing in your business goals and dreams right now, just because you're in FUD mode, okay? So I'm going to tell this story and be 100% real, because Eric said, I don't think we shared this before.
No.
And that's fine. We'll come out with more stuff, the more we think about it and stuff like that. And you guys know us. We're 100% real and authentic, and I don't give a shit. I like to look really good and put myself on a pedestal. I'm here for you guys and serve you guys. That's it.
We're by no means perfect, guys.
Yeah. So back in October 2018 until about April 2019, we worked at a boxing gym part-time. And it was the CMC Pro Boxing one in Venice, like Eric said. We lived in Culver City. Venice was about a 10-minute drive. And we used to go to the Mecca gym, which was right across the street from CMC Pro Boxing, right? And then you literally could walk over to Venice Beach, the boardwalk, Oh my God, don't make me think about it. It's just like, I miss those days, man. I miss those days. And like, oh God, it's beautiful. It really was. But man, so we met Marcelo, who was the boxing owner at TMC, and we actually took classes, private lessons with him and like some of his trainers actually before we worked there. And
I say like 6 months before that.
Yeah, so we loved that place. We built a great relationship with him, the trainers, and then one day, we have
him on the podcast too.
Yeah, we have him on the podcast. So go listen to that. Just Google Marcelo Cordelli plus Dynamic Lifestyle Podcast. He talks about some really good stuff behind the fighter's mindset of the boxer in business. But in 2018, that's when me and Eric were about to pivot, you know what I mean, from dynamic duo training. And we were just fed up with it, guys. That's a whole nother like discussion we'll probably do, a podcast, why we ended up like throwing in the towel of dynamic duo training.
Yeah.
But it was around 2018, and Eric and I didn't know how to really pivot out of that, and that was our fault. We made some mistakes, guys, that we shouldn't have done. We kind of just threw in the towel and said, F this.
And it was never about like doing anything like unethical, treating our clients like crap. It wasn't like that. It's just the way we should have exited. It should have been more strategic.
Exactly. And like, that's the thing, guys, is like, that's why we coach people, because if anybody wanted to pivot or exit, it's one of our students, we would never let them do that. And we would teach them a better way to do that and exit yourself out. But it's lessons learned, So yeah, we were on that verge of just like getting out of DDT, and it wasn't even a money thing at the point. It was more so just like we needed just to like get our minds off of like dynamic duo training, what was next for us, overthinking way too many things. And so this opportunity came up, from him. He's like, hey, I'm looking for like, some managers here at this gym. I can be flexible, but I need somebody to, help me out with my marketing, with my systems, with my business, my customer experience, delivery, all that stuff. Right, okay, and obviously there's a compensation with it, so we're like, yeah, why not? I mean, so we took advantage of it, full on, and we're like, we need this right now, and at the time we were trying to pivot to doing actual business coaching, because we were in Ty Lopez's business builder a year and a half before that, and that's kind of what inspired us to do business coaching, which was extremely, extremely difficult. So hard to pivot from just
one of the hardest things. I don't even think I anticipated that and thought it through as much, but to go from fitness coaching to business coaching, I mean, it's a massive transition, guys. Yeah.
We had that whole like brand thing behind us, the dynamic duo thing.
Exactly.
We were twins, guys. And it's just like, it stuck with us. It still sticks with us sometimes.
We established so much in the health and fitness industry to coach people in health and fitness to where it was hard to for people to look at us like that and say, well, these two are business coaches now? Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so a lot of limiting beliefs on our end too. Like, who the hell are these guys to give business advice, even though we did really well in business? So yeah, guys, that's again a whole other kind of discussion that we'll get into sometime. But we were trying to pivot. We were trying to get out of DDT, get our minds off of things, trying to build our skill sets for business and marketing and all that stuff. So we took advantage of that opportunity. We really, really did. And some of the stuff kind of like we learned from that was obviously in-person sales, which was huge, guys. If you get an opportunity to do in-person sales, I think it's one of the best things you can do, like either at a gym, a boxing gym, because you have actual people there that they're in pain, and it's a great opportunity to make them have a quick decision on yes or no, We learn customer experience, right? Again, we're already good with customer experience, but it's a whole other thing in person versus online, but if you can master the customer experience and be good with people in person, it's just going to be a cakewalk for you. All right, just give me 1 second. We'll get back to the training. Okay. Now look, if you are looking to enhance your content, if you're looking to really build what we call a content machine, okay, we have this awesome worksheet for you. So just check out the link below and you guys can download this awesome worksheet where there's like 3 or 4 different type of like exercises in there. You guys can really roll out some brand new content for your guys' online audience, your guys' brand, your offer. Okay. Now back to the training.
Online. Yeah, I think what stood out to me that I learned so much that I'm grateful for is just learning how to manage other trainers and coaches in person like that. Like there was three coaches that we had to manage, and it's harder than I thought it was to really manage them and tell them what to do and like literally like get on them if they weren't doing it. It was very unfamiliar territory for me, but built up a lot of good skill sets through that. So definitely a good thing.
Yeah, and we help them with like their systems, their processes, like within like the actual business, which gave us a lot of like, we were already kind of good at creating systems and processes like within like dynamic duo training. We're really good at that now with like our business too. But it only just enhanced it, doing it at a physical location like that, a brick and mortar, and making things like really run smooth and kind of seeing how it all panned out with in person, from like the customer journey, somebody like inquiring to coming in, getting their free session, a boxing session, then going through the sales process, then kind of like onboarding them.
Yeah, because a lot of shit was broken there.
Oh, honestly.
And I don't know about you, but I feel this way towards like I like dissecting things and like just seeing what's broken, what's not flowing smoothly in a system in a process, towards like how do you fix this?
Yeah.
How do you fix the solution?
Yeah. So we did that, guys, for about like 6-7 months. And we would literally have like our kind of routine where we'd go there for about 3-4 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then we would, go back home and we would work on, the pivoting plan for Dynamic Fit Pros. At the time it was called Dynamic Inner Circle. But it was good because it gave us an opportunity to really think clearly, like what do we truly want? Like our back wasn't so much against the wall to where we were like, oh, we have to make a decision right now. This is the business plan. This is the program for Dynamic Inner Circle. Like we got to actually think about it, and get some clarity on like, what are we going to do? And that's what turned into later in April, when we ended up, telling Marcelo, hey, we can't work here anymore because business got really busy with Dynamic Inner Circle. We started doing in-person VIP days. And just think about that, guys. We would do 6-hour VIP days there in Santa Monica at a co-working office, and we would literally take people to lunch. We would give them an experience of going to see something cool, like entertainment-wise there in LA. And it was a full day, So when those stack up, you're doing those, 4 or 5 times a week. You don't have time to sit there and do like a part-time thing like at a boxing gym anymore.
Yeah, and we had a lot of virtual ones too, right? Which was like 3-hour coaching days split in half, and that's a lot of time. It's a lot of time, but those are what really builds up that business.
Yeah, exactly. So that gave us an opportunity, guys. We were charging, I think, like $6,000 for those VIP days. Those were payment plans, and we did $5K paid in full. Now, I don't know what it was, but like people were more keen, 2 or 3 years ago before the pandemic to literally pay that in full and hop on a plane and come experience like getting their business built in a box and being able to experience Los Angeles. Yeah. So that's how we made over 100K in less than a year. Like they started racking up fast, guys. 5K paid in fulls with these, right? And we're just like, holy crap, this is awesome, And then we ended up doing that, serving a lot of people in person, right? But some of the lessons on this, guys, is, tying this all back into the beginning of why I'm doing this with like the FUD mode of like the fear, the uncertainty, and doubt is, I love this quote by Phil Knight, he says, sometimes you have to give up. Sometimes knowing when to give up and try something new is genius. Giving up doesn't mean stopping. Don't ever stop. And Eric and I, we just knew it was time to give up with DDT. We never sat there and said that we are throwing in a towel and that we're going to stop with this whole entire kind of like, goal and dream to be able to pivot and help out health and fitness coaches. It was a different route than we kind of anticipated or completely dreamed about and thought, but that's okay, guys. It was genius that we actually just stopped for about 6 months, worked for somebody else, had some clarity to think, learn some new skill sets, and build that business very slowly because we did it the right way. We made over 100K in less than literally probably 8 months, I would say.
Yeah, and not only that, man. I think that it was a blessing just because we got to see from like the back end to everything, just raw of like how a business is built and operated in person. And it's a boxing gym. It's still in the same context of health and fitness. There's the coaches or the boxing trainers. It was all just very just aligned perfectly. Yeah. So we got to see everything and learn so much, even from Marcelo, which is like the owner and the founder. We got to just
he was cutthroat too.
He was cutthroat. He was raw. He was just. It was good. We needed to see that, and there were so many learning lessons that I took away from that made me a better business owner, and just it made me really see things for what it is sometimes, and even just like how customers are. It was crazy, but there's a reason why that happened. I do believe that God put us in that position for a reason, to learn and just continue to build, and just continue to build our greatness as people and just business owners.
Yeah. So it was a blessing. It really was, and I thank Marcelo for that opportunity, and for God too for putting us in that position. And now we're 4 years into Dynamic Fit Pros, the B2B business. So it's been awesome. It's only going to get better and better. So I want to leave you guys with some take homes, and I don't know if Eric has some, but some take homes like with this whole entire thing is. Again, you don't have to quit, but sometimes you have to take another route, and it's just temporary, And that's exactly what we did, So don't ever sit there and quit. Like if you want to be a business owner, a nutrition and fitness coach, and have like your empire, don't ever quit. Sometimes you might have to sit there and take something part-time. Sometimes you might have to go a different route. As long as you don't quit, then everything else is just going to be just a little bit of a delayed gratification to get there, and that's okay. You'll learn a lot of stuff on the way. The next lesson is business and life is just a game, right? There's no rules. Everyone will get to their goals and dreams differently, okay? So when you look at it, the more and more I get older and wiser is just, dude, business is a game and life is just a game. That's all it is. And people just play this game differently, you know, on this chessboard if you want to look at it that way. And there really is no rules like in actual like chess. There's not, you know. People just take different routes. They're more creative. They're more resourceful. They have different alignments. They have different partnerships. Some people have more money. Some people have more luck.
Yeah.
Some people have more success, more skills from the get-go. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter though. It's just a fucking game at the end of the day. It is. And it's again, if you don't quit on there and you just figure out different ways to go around and just keep chipping away, right? That sculpture approach to getting to where you truly want, you're gonna eventually get there and you're gonna learn so much shit. And if it takes you longer, who cares? You're probably gonna be better at the end of the day of the person that got there super fast, to be honest.
Yeah, beautifully said. I mean, I couldn't agree more. I have two takeaways. The first takeaway is attitude. And again, we could have had a really negative attitude if we really wanted to. I mean, think about this, right? We're 8 years into building dynamic duo training. We've had so much success. We built, you know, multiple like 6-figure years within this. And finally, we're like, man, we just don't want to do this anymore because we want to do business coaching. Like our attitude, like to go in and go work for someone, quote unquote, that was not easy. It was not an easy pill to swallow, but we knew we had to do that because we didn't want to keep just like taking on clients to just make money and then build this business on the side. It wasn't going to work. Mm-hmm. So we had to sit there and make a sacrifice. And we could have had that negative attitude and be like, no, like, or our ego and pride could have gotten in the way and be like, no, like I'm not working for anybody. I'm going to make this work some way, somehow. But we didn't. You know, we had an attitude of gratitude. Yeah. We really did. Yeah. So that's a big takeaway for me is that, you know, always have a positive attitude, guys, no matter what. You know, have honor, have excellence and integrity on what you're doing towards like you never know what the opportunity is going to come out of and what you're going to learn. The second takeaway is just be an entrepreneur. Sometimes it's okay and you have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to be a full-on entrepreneur like everyone says or like Instagram and all the bullshit kind of like makes it out to be. Yeah. You know, being an entrepreneur is a beautiful thing because you get to see the inside out of different like businesses and operations and you learn so many different skill sets that is going to make you better then and it's going to prep you for where you're going in the future with your business. So 2 takeaways that really stood out to me, but those are huge.
Really good, man. Really good.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's really it for this episode. We just wanted to share with you guys our story on that, how we made over $100,000 working for a boxing gym, and how we were kind of like segueing out of our first business, dynamic duo training. So hopefully you guys got some value with this and some good takeaways. And also, if you're a health and fitness coach right now, if you guys are struggling, you guys are just in fear, uncertainty, and doubt, overthinking things going into the new year, we got you guys. I want to invite you guys to a free 15-minute high-ticket brainstorming call. Again, it's a loose call. Leave your guys' wallets and credit cards at home. We don't want any of your money. We just want to just connect with you. We want to build, give you guys some value and just ask you guys some questions. So if you guys are open to that and want to hop on a 15-minute call with us, just click the link below in the show notes and you guys can set that up there. But other than that, I think that's really it, right, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, we'll land the plane there, guys. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Stay blessed and go out there and live a dynamic lifestyle. We're out here.
I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you got some sort of nugget or wisdom or value out of this that you can apply to your business if you're maybe in that same situation that we were in, okay? Next thing I want you to do now that you kind of have like the idea of like, am I in that season where I need to maybe stop? Do I need to pivot? Do I need to try something new? Next thing I want you to do if you're a health and fitness coach is watch this video right here because we literally show you guys how to build your online health and fitness coaching business from the ground up, all right? So watch this video right here.